Hello everyone, it's Maria here from pepperlyrose.blogspot.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Sydney, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. A massive thank you to my new subscribers. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also appreciate those that have left me lovely comments. I appreciate those very much. And those who have ordered recently, thank you so much. This is like a sneak peek. For those that have ordered this month through me, they will be receiving a thank you card. And I always give a thank you card to all of my customers, no matter how big or small the order is, because I really do appreciate your business. And just to explain a little bit of something about me, I'm a mum. I have 2 children and I'm married. I have a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old, and I love them to bits, and I love that I have the opportunity to be able to work from home. So for me, this business has been a wonderful experience for me, and it allows me to look after my children and as well as bring in a little income. So I do appreciate everyone who orders through me. I can't thank you all enough for those that have, so thank you. So today I'm going to feature my thank you cards for my customers, and for this month, for October, and I'll be featuring the Work of Art stamp set. This is in the current annual catalogue. It's been there for a little while, but it is a wonderful, wonderful stamp set and highly versatile too. So I'll be featuring this little watercolour wash there, and I'm also featuring the Circle of Spring. That's a beautiful stamp set, and I particularly love the thank you sentiment there. I just love the font, so I think it'll work extremely well with the card that I'm planning on making today. And as well as with these stamp sets, I will be featuring some Thinlit dies. These are the Butterflies Thinlit dies. I love that they are so detailed and beautiful, so I'll be featuring this butterfly today. And I'm also going to be featuring the Bold Butterfly Thinlits, the framelits, and this butterfly here. As you can tell, and although they're in different sets, they are actually complementary to each other. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with both of these once I'm done. And I'll be using some gold foil paper and Calypso Coral ink and some Versamark. We're going to do some embossing today. So this is a really, really quick card. So I've just got some Whisper White cardstock, and this is an A6 size. So I've already cut and scored it down the middle. So you can use this, you can use your own card bases with this. It's very, very simple. Whatever card base you can use, you want to use, you can. It's a very simple design. Now this design is not my own, I have to admit this, but I was inspired by a beautiful journal I saw at the store Kiki K. I'm not sure if that's in overseas or just in Australia, but it's a lovely European Swedish design, and I love the journal, and I thought, wow, I can replicate that design with our Stampin' Up product, so I'm going to give it a go. So I've cut and scored the card base. I'm just going to bring some scrap paper, and I'm going to use that watercolour stamp, and I'm just going to stamp off. Oops, make sure it's inked properly first. I want to make sure that's inked well. So I'm going to stamp off and stamp on, and like that, and like that. And one more just here. Okay, I don't mind that it's not 100% even, that just adds to the look. So I love that Calypso Coral. I don't use it near enough as I should. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to let it dry for a minute or so. Take that away. And I'm just going to rub my embossing buddy over the top of where I'm going to emboss. So I'll be using some gold embossing powder with this today, and I'll just get out my Versamark and the thank you, and I'm just going to ink that up really well, and I'm just going to stamp it towards the bottom here. Okay, so I'll just use my table as a line, as a guide, sorry. Just put that towards the bottom here, and the thank you will go right there. Just hold it down for a few seconds to make sure it uptakes the ink. Just love the font on this stamp. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is get some gold emboss powder, some Stampin' Up gold embossing powder. I can't speak right now, so sorry, but this is a really simple card, and I'm just going to attach that on. And as you can see, there's the thank you. It's just turned out beautiful. Any stray bits, just give it a wipe. And now I'm going to heat emboss this, but I'm going to come back. So I don't want you to hear the noise. It's quite noisy. So I'll come back and I'll show you the thank you embossed. Hi, I'm back, and I've just gold embossed the thank you. So I'll just show it to you how it looks. It's nice and shiny. It's just beautiful. It adds a lovely, lovely touch to this. So I've popped the thank you there, and what I'm going to do now is we're going to do some big shot work. So I'm going to bring up my big shot, and I'll be using the precision base plate today. So how you put it together is you use your big shot platform, the thin die adapter, the precision base plate, whoops, okay, and then I'm going to put the gold foiled piece right on top here, my acrylic plate, and I'm going to run that through. Oh, hang on a second, make sure it's even up. Yep, and now I'll run that through the big shot. And I'll run it back as well just for good measure, because it's quite an intricate die. But the precision base plate will do such a good job in ejecting all of those little tiny pieces. Okay. So I'll just take that off for just a second, and I will be bringing it back. Okay. And as you can see, that's all there, but as you can even push them out quite easily. But I'm going to bring my die brush, and I'm just going to quickly give it a rub over and make sure I rub out all of the bits and pieces of foil. And take off these excess bits. So it does such a good job of ejecting all of those pieces. Now I'll just run the die brush again, just to make sure I eject all of those little pieces there. Okay, come off. Okay, and that is now the silver bit, gold butterfly all done. Isn't that beautiful? So now I'm just going to bring up my big shot again, and this time I'm not going to use the precision base plate. I'm just going to put an acrylic plate down, and I'm going to use a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I am bringing the bold butterfly framelit on top, and I'm just going to cut a butterfly. So I'll just bring my acrylic plate on top of that, sandwich it well, and I'll crank that through the big shot. Okay. Take that away. And now I have my beautiful butterfly cut out, and I'm going to layer the gold one right on top. So it'll look like that. Okay, so I'll just grab my glue. You can use there's one with the needle point. I forgot what it's called, but Stampin' Up has a needle point one. I'm just going to use my regular glue, and I'm just going to pop it on all of those little, just not everywhere, but just on strategic bits, so that it can stick down without having the glue kind of seep through and then ruin the finish of the foil. Okay, Okay, I think that should be enough. And I'll just layer the gold butterfly, the intricate one, on top. Make sure your hand doesn't have any glue on it because you will ruin the finish of the foil with glue hands. Not a good look. And it layers on perfectly. So although they're sold separately, these framelits and Thinlit dies are an absolute must. So you can layer on your butterflies. And I'll just give it a nice press down now. And it's just, isn't that beautiful? Look at that, just gorgeous. So this is a really quick card, guys. I'm just bringing back my card base. And I'm just going to lay the butterfly on top like that. So I'll just stick that down now with my glue again. And I'm just going to glue just down the middle there of the body of the butterfly. And I'll make sure that the wings are kind of just up a little bit. I'll just put it right there in the middle at an angle. Got a bit of something there, I'll get rid of it later, but there we'll just make the wings come up whilst the middle is being stuck down. And there we have a very beautiful but very wow quick thank you card. And you can also make this for any other occasion, birthday, thank yous, sympathy, whatever you wish. I mean, there's many uses to this card. So I hope you like it. There we go. Isn't that a beautiful angle there? And it's easy to mail too because there's no dimensional factor in this. So I hope you like this design. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a yell. I'm more than happy to give you a hand and answer any questions you may have. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.